Black fatigue is a term that I have been hearing all over TikTok and YouTube. And I've seen so many videos, and most of the videos are complaining about the ratchet behavior of other African American people. And they're talking about how they're tired of it. Now, they have everything, they've been all different extremes about black fatigue, but I have a slightly different take on it, and I'm going to give it to you. Hey, season gang. Welcome to WTF Wednesday, where I got a few things that I just kind of want to get off my chest and I want to share with you guys. So, black fatigue. I am also tired, but I think I'm tired for a different reason. I'm sick of seeing people in the store with bonnets on and pajama pants, being loud. I'm tired of, all of the rah-rah rowdiness and all people being loud, no matter where they go. I'm tired of all of the public fights and all of the horrible displays of African American behavior on reality TV, especially Zeus Network. But there's a slightly different matter I want to talk to you guys about. Because as long as we celebrate those things, as long as no one is going to say anything to change those things that, most of us are complaining about, we just have to deal with it. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't go anywhere these days around a whole bunch of rowdy people. I can overlook the bonnets and the PJs and everything else, but I'm still tired of it. But I kind of have a different take on the matter. And I know that my nieces, primarily my nieces, are going to come for me in the comments, and because they don't want to be told how we feel about anything. We're a bunch of bitter old biddies, and all we do is complain and judge them. I already know what you're coming into in the comments with, and I'm ready for it. I got something for each and every one of you that have something for me, because this is my opinion. And I'm as much entitled to my opinion as you guys are for leaving your comment. So your favorite auntie is coming at you today with a slightly different approach about black fatigue and some of the things that have caused me to feel this way. Now, racism exists. Slavery happened. Jim Crow was a thing. And white supremacy continues to be a thing. And our ancestors, primarily, had to deal with it. But they managed to persevere, thrive, and do many, many things after going through that, being continued to be oppressed during that. They viewed things differently. And I'm not saying that we have to be our ancestors, but I am saying that in 2025, with all of the access that we currently have, if those things didn't stop our ancestors from accomplishing the things that they wanted to accomplish and doing the things that they wanted to do, they certainly shouldn't be hindering us today. I know what's going on in the White House. I know what's going on in the streets. I know we have police brutality and all these other horrible things, but nothing compared to what our ancestors had to go through. And now here we are 60, 70 years later with more access, more influence, more opportunities, and we're doing less. Now, every other race of people somehow have managed to figure it out. And I'm not talking about Caucasian people. I'm talking about other disenfranchised groups of people have managed to pull together, figure it out, and thrive. And we find ourselves somehow being dependent on them for many things. The Indians and their reservations and their casinos, we're the main people spending money in there. The Asians come over here and not even speak the language. We're the ones that's buying the products from them. Same with the Chinese. They set up in our neighborhoods and they cook food that we don't even eat. But they manage to thrive. How is it that we can't seem to do that? Nobody wants to be bothered with us, and we don't want to be bothered with each other. And that in itself is a problem. So how do we deal with this? What do we need to do? Now, I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday about reparations. And I asked him, without giving him much thought, what would you think is fair? And he said $500,000 for each and every one of us that are over the age of 18, and $500,000 in trust for those that aren't, and 40 acres. And then I looked at him with a straight face and asked him, based on what we spend our money on today, how long do you think that $500,000 will last? What do you think, or how do you think the community, our community, would benefit from everyone getting $500,000? And those 40 acres, would we develop that land? If they gave us 40 acres in one place and we all had to live together, could we exist peacefully? Do we want to be around each other? Who knows? He started talking about paying off his house and buying an old school and expanding, this room and that room. Again, none of that money going to make the collective better. We spend more than any other group of people and have less to show for it. I don't know what to do about it or how to fix it. I know I'm not going to solve the problems of the world, and I have to focus on my small community and my village, which I include my season gang in, because I want us to all thrive. I want us to all do better. I want us to live peacefully. I want us to do better. I'm tired of the wretchedness. I'm tired of the, following the celebrities and thinking the only way that we can make it is by playing sports and, doing music and, doing all those things. We are more than that. We are greater than that. Most every invention that people are utilizing today was invented by someone that looks like us. And there's absolutely no reason that we can't do the same thing. All I really want is for us to do better together. And I'd love for you to leave me a comment and, just let me know how you feel about reparations, how things are going these days, what you would do with the money if it were given to you, and how you think as a people, as a collective, even if it's a small collective, even if it's just our little season gang, how can we do better together? Now, I give you a few things on WTF Wednesday. And I know my nieces are going to come for me about this one. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, indecency is out. Or at least it needs to be. Now, what am I talking about? Your girl, Toni Braxton. And what she chose to wear to her son's graduation. In my humble opinion, it was inappropriate. Anything that you can see straight through and you can see your bottom, I don't think it's appropriate to wear to a college graduation. If you want to wear it on the runway, if you want to wear it on the red carpet, cool. Everybody's used to seeing Toni Braxton half naked. And I'm sure her son is too. It probably didn't bother him in the least. But there were thousands of other people, students, faculty, staff, and other parents that had to look straight through your skirt at your child's graduation. She is a celebrity. She draws attention without even wanting to. And the nakedness certainly didn't make it any better. All I'm saying is that I would like for us to do better. I would like for us to know what we need to wear and where we need to wear it. And just cover up. She has a man. She's over 50 years old. And her son is graduating. In my opinion, there is no reason that anybody should have had to look at her butt on that day. Lastly, the one thing that I have been dreading talking about that I have to mention, and that's this Diddy trial. Now, I'm not going to talk about Diddy and what he did. I'm not going to talk about what he's being accused of or how I feel about it. Everybody knows, everybody has an opinion. We just have to hope and pray that justice prevails and things work out the way they are supposed to work out. I don't personally have an opinion on it either way because I have never followed it, nor do I choose to now. But my concern is that as a everyday citizen, if you scroll on TikTok, if you watch the news, if you're on any social media platforms whatsoever, you get snippets of what the testimony was about. So I do have some idea of the things that Cassie had to testify to. And my only concern regarding any of this is his immediate family that had to sit in the audience and hear all of this. Now, most of us know our parents pretty well, and some of this may not have come as a shock to, his children. But his mother and possibly some of her siblings are in that courtroom. His children are in this courtroom, and nobody wants to hear god awful things about their parents. And this young lady was in his life for 10 years. So they possibly have some sort of relationship with her. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm not following it. I don't know who Diddy has been with and who he has children with and all of that. I just know that it must be difficult to sit. It's difficult to watch your loved one be on trial fighting for their life when you know they've done some things that they have no business doing. But to actually have to hear those things and hear the witness testify to those things must be horrible. But the one person that I have the most concern for is Cassie's husband. At the end of the day, that man is a man. And no man wants to hear all of the god-awful things that transpired between that woman and other men. She is carrying his third child. No man wants to hear all of that. And with a whole lot of prayer and a whole lot of everything else, hopefully they will survive this and it won't become a tragedy for their relationship. But I don't know how any man could sit through all of that, even if she told him her story and he knew everything that happened to her. Now the world knows. They won't be able to go anywhere where people don't know what happened. And as much as she was a victim and, Diddy required her to do a lot of these things, many of the things that have been testified to, it's being said that she asked for it, she participated in it. And I know that, a lot of times, victims get coerced into doing things they don't really want to do. But at the end of the day, it happened. And her husband and his family have to hear about it. And for me, that is absolutely heartbreaking. And it goes back to how I started this video. I am exhausted with all of the nasty things that people are doing to each other. It is disgusting. And we have got to do better. And hopefully we can do better together. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's WTF Wednesday, and I'm here just simply giving my opinion. So anything that you want to put in the comments, your auntie is ready for it. Bring it. Until the next time, toodles.